Welcome to Meet the Candidates. This is the Frankfort Plant Board's effort to make sure that all of our voters get an opportunity to learn a little bit more about the candidate for each of the positions that are up for our May 22nd primary elections. Today, on this edition, I am talking to Lambert Moore. Lambert is a candidate for re-election as District 6 for the Fiscal Court. I would appreciate it if you would tell our viewers a little bit about you, your history here, how you fit into the community, and for goodness sake, Lambert, why in the world are you subjecting yourself to this again?
Well, I've lived here all my life, been in the 6th District for the biggest part of that time, probably 40-some years, and I love this county. My family's been here since the 1800s, early 1800s, and it's home. No matter where I go, it's just, you drive into Kentucky and it's a relief to be back home, in Franklin County especially. And
kind of describe for us, if you would please, I should have said that in the first place, where is the 6th District?
Well, it's the west end of the county, in the north end, west-north, and comes actually almost to here where we are right now, at Bridgeport and Ball Knob, St. John's, Bell Point, the courthouse precinct. All this demolition and the new rebuild will be in my district, so I'm really interested in that. And I used to come into Rolling Acres, but now I've got Hickory Hills, and in 2010 they took Rolling Acres away from my district. But I used to go all the way to Versailles Road, so it's a big district. It's the biggest district in the county.
And it covers a wide variety.
It does.
So there are a number of issues that you're going to be encountering and have encountered, but we're talking about the upcoming term. What do you see as being the major issues for the fiscal court to be working on now and into the next term?
Well, right now, in my district, we've got 6 bridges that the state has downgraded to 18 tons. And if they go any lower, we're going to have to replace them because school buses and fire trucks won't be able to cross those bridges. And the big problem with those bridges is we don't have the design plans on them. So I've been working with the county road department and the state trying to find designs where those bridges were built. And if we don't, it's going to be these are big bridges. These aren't little creeks. These are crossing Benson Creek and Flat Creek, and it's a big issue. And then the tower property that the city and the county is going to have some say-so about the 8 acres left over from that. And I was the deciding vote on a 3-4 vote to hire a consulting firm to give us some ideas to do that. Because I watch these shows on TV that people go in and redo a house, and I don't have that talent, so that's why we're hiring somebody to give us some ideas on that.
How do we approach the funding problem?
Yeah, well, that's an issue too. We've got to bring jobs into Franklin County, and our industrial parks are filled up, and we're going to have to find a new place for an industrial park, and soon.
When we talk about funding, one of the things that has come to our attention is the fact that the pension problem is going to have an effect on the county budget. What do you see as being the effect that the pension crisis, as it were, is going to have on Franklin County's budget?
It's an issue every year because it goes up every year, and we've been able to address it, but the state's going to have to start funding their part. And the county system's in decent shape, but it's tied to the state, and if they don't fund theirs, ours is going to be in trouble.
So how do you find the money to put in to make up the difference of what they're talking about?
by creating more jobs and bringing money into the county that way. Jobs is a great way to bring money into the county government.
What do you think we might be able to do to bring those jobs in?
Having expand our industrial park system to where there's room for more big companies to come in here.
And that's going to take some funding too, right?
It is.
How do we go about finding the dollars?
Well, it's you got to watch your spending is the main way. You don't. I'm not for raising taxes. You cut your spending, and if you don't need a job refilled after someone retires, you spread it out and let some other people do it. You don't hire every time you have a vacancy. You look at that vacancy and see if we can do it another way.
What effect do you anticipate finding on things like road repairs? I mean, that's always a major issue within the county. Where do we stand with that? What condition are our roads in, and how do we?
Well, some of them are pretty bad, but in my district, we've got the funding they're going to blacktop Devil's Hollow Road this year, and Harvey Land Road next year. Well, it could be this before July, but probably after July. It should be done this year, though, maybe in the fall. There's money out there, and it trickles in. You just got to keep the roads patched up until their turn comes, you know.
But if you're in the process of cutting some funding, is that where you would cut it, or?
No, you can't cut funding on roads, because if you leave a road unchecked, it can cost you in the long run. It's like these bridges. If they'd have kept the designs on them, they would probably pass inspection, because there's really not much wrong with the bridges. It's that we don't have the designs to show the engineers what steel is in them and stuff. So you have to maintain those roads and able to save money.
What do we do to find those plans? What happened to them? Where did they go?
Well, a lot of the bridges are standard design. That means the state used the same bridges throughout the state. And I've got a couple people in state government looking for them, and our guys are looking for them also. So I'm hoping if they've archived a lot of them, and if they can find them, we'll be in good shape for quite a while.
How do you feel about having a county representative on the Frankfort Plant Board, as the Frankfort Plant Board is doing that? That's one of the questions that we're concerned with.
I think it's a no-brainer that they're out in the county about as much as they are in the city. So the county really should have an appointment on there.
Do you have any plans or know of any proposals for getting that done?
We've been pushing for it, but it's really not up to the county. It's up to the plant board to say, yeah, that's a good idea. So we're just hoping we can get our foot in there.
What do you feel about the county participating in that Frankfort, Kentucky distilled branding campaign?
If it brings tourists in here, I'm for it. And it seems to be doing just that. So tourists bring money and stay in hotels and eat in our restaurants, and if it's doing that, I'm for it.
Is there any financial obligation involved with that?
I can't remember if we put any money into that or not. It wasn't a whole lot.
You were mentioning that area down there with the tower and the
yes.
fascinating implosion that we just had. Do you think that this county needs to have a new convention center or some kind of multi-use facility to replace the former convention center?
Well, it would be nice, but I don't know where the money would come from for that. Right now down there, you're going to have, when the state builds their new building, you're going to have 1,500 additional people down there. You're going to have places for them to go and eat, and
would the county be
spend
involved?
their money.
Yeah, would the county be involved though in trying to replace that, or do you think that is an unnecessary move?
You mean the Civic Center type thing?
Yes.
I'm sure we would have some involvement in it. We had involvement in the one that got tore down. We had the county had, and the city had money in that. But as far as us doing it by ourselves, or the county and the city doing it, I can't see it.
But there would there be opposition to that if it were proposed? And
Not
what
if we
would
could find
do
the money for it.
Yeah.
No. I think it would be a great thing.
Okay. Do
Very
you
much
see any
needed.
movement in the works at the moment?
Not yet, no.
Nothing in it. Someone mentioned to me about Sunday alcohol sales. I'm not familiar with that issue, but I'm told that there is increased pressure for expanding Sunday alcohol sales. What would be your stance on that? And whichever side it is, why?
I'm kind of torn on that because I don't drink and never have, but I'm not in generally for blue laws. If someone's going to drink on Sunday, if they have the need to drink on or want to drink on Sunday, they're going to go somewhere else and spend their money, or they're going to buy it on Saturday, and I just can't see. I don't think it's government's place to regulate that. Really, it just doesn't make sense to send people away from Frankfort that they're going to be doing it somewhere and then driving back into Frankfort anyway.
Are there some issues that I haven't brought up in this discussion that you think we need to look at as being a problem within the county? Or what are your plans for working with the fiscal court to continue improving life here in Franklin County?
Well, one of my big things has always been the roads. People want good roads to get to work, get to the church, get to town. And I'd have to sit here and count on my fingers all the bridges that I've gotten replaced in my district. It's nearly 20 bridges throughout my district that have been replaced since I've been in this office. And just basic services, trash pickup, I want to try to keep that free. There's some on fiscal court that say that they don't, they want to start charging, or they don't want to, but they see it coming, and I don't see that. I think we can continue paying for it the way we are. We've got one of the only counties in the state that has that, one of the only counties in the state that has the full-service fire department that we have, and our fire ratings are great compared to what they used to be, and I just want to keep maintaining those services.
We're going to have a candidate forum on April 26th. So I want all of our viewers to stay alert to that, because we're going to try to have all of our candidates there, and people will be able to address questions to you and have some interaction. So April 26th at the candidate forum is something I'd like for you to stay alert for, and make sure that you join us for live coverage of the May 22nd primary election returns. We'll be down at the clerk's office. We hope you'll join us to see what's happening with this. I know you have several opponents in this election, so I'd like for you,
A lot of
Lambert,
civil-minded people in the 6th District.
Yes. Look at our voters in that camera and tell them why you think you deserve their vote, what you hope to accomplish for them.
Well, I'll sure try. I think I'm the best candidate for the position because I've been there, I've done that, I've got the contacts. I know this county's problems, and I know its solutions and way to get to solutions. I've worked hard in this position. It's a little harder than people think it is. It takes a lot of your time, and I've been able to, my brothers and my family support me enough that I can get out and do this job. And I just want to keep doing it and get these bridges fixed the way they ought to be fixed. And we've got bridges we're replacing this year, and keep our county the way it's going on a good foot.
We want to urge you to join us again for more episodes of Meet the Candidates right here, coming to you from the Frankfort Plant Board. Thank you.